SERP API is one of the most efficient solutions for collecting search engine ranking data. But how do you know how to maximize its potential? In today's video, I'll share the best practices for collecting search engine data with DataForSEO. I've got tips to help you choose the optimal solution for your needs, and by subscribing, you'll stay updated on more expert advice. Let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. To collect ranking data with the DataForSEO SERP API, you should follow a simple 3-step process. First, you set a task using a task post endpoint. Next, the API will take some time to process your request. Finally, once the task is completed, use its ID to send a request to the GET endpoint and collect the results. This workflow describes the standard method of setting API tasks with DataForSEO. The standard method is perfect for users handling a relatively small number of tasks. The average turnaround time for standard method tasks is up to 1 minute for a high priority queue and around 5 minutes for the normal queue. This method isn't as fast as the live method, which we'll discuss shortly, but it lets you send up to 100 tasks per request, and it's more affordable. You can collect 1,000 SERPs for just 60 cents in the normal queue and $1.20 in the high priority queue. In comparison, the live method costs $2 for the same volume. Here's the working process in more detail. Step 1. Set up to 100 tasks per request and send your request to the task post endpoint. Step 2. Send a request to the task ready endpoint every minute. This way, you can collect IDs up to 1,000 tasks per minute. Step 3. Use the IDs of completed tasks from the task ready endpoint to collect the results from the task get endpoint. Now, what if your system requires instant results? That's where the live method comes in. This method delivers data within 6 seconds on average, perfect for when you need information immediately. However, keep in mind that this method only allows setting one task at a time and is suitable for a small number of tasks, approximately up to 50 tasks per minute or several thousand tasks a day. Working with the live method is very easy. First, set one task and send the post request to any live endpoint of SERP API. Then, wait around 6 seconds for the API to process your request and provide the results. Finally, if you're managing substantial volumes of data, like over 1,000 tasks per minute or 100,000 tasks a day, then you should leverage Pingbacks and Postbacks. Commonly, Pingback is known as a callback function, and Postback is referred to as a webhook or HTTP push. In DataForSEO API, the Pingback function is a notification sent to your server upon the completion of a task. At the same time, Postback is a function that sends the results to your server. You can learn more about these parameters in our earlier video. Using Pingbacks and Postbacks ensures you don't lose any data, even when processing large volumes. Working with Postbacks looks the following way. First, you set up to 100 tasks per request, adding the Postback URL to each request and specifying your server's URL in it. Don't forget to add the Postback data field and specify the type of data you want to be sent to your server: regular, HTML, or advanced. Next, you send your request to the task post endpoint. Once the tasks are complete, the API sends them to your server. Finally, your server processes the results. If there is an issue with sending the results, you can collect the tasks that weren't sent to your server using the task ready endpoint. Now, the process of using Pingbacks is also simple. You can set up to 100 tasks per request, adding the Pingback URL field to each task and specifying the URL to which you want the notifications to be sent. Then, you can send your request to the task post endpoint. Once the tasks are completed, the API sends their IDs to the URL specified in the Pingback URL field. Your server processes the request, saving the IDs of the completed task. Lastly, you collect the IDs and use them to retrieve the results from the task get endpoint, or your server retrieves them for you. To learn more about optimizing your data collection workflow, or to get started with these best practices, be sure to visit our help center or contact our support team. Links are available in the description below. Your perfect SERP data collection is just a few clicks away. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more SEO advice and software development insights.